it's fascinating to hear and read what you're discovering about what this tax credit means in your district.
Yeah, well, thank you for talking about this, Lawrence. It's been a tough, year plus for families, with this pandemic, with kids being out of school, being out of childcare. And this is a really big deal. This child tax credit for us is basically Social Security for families with kids. As you said, putting money in folks' pockets right when they really need it. Having been raised by a single mom who was a teacher and who never made much money, I know what just a few $100 a month can mean. And the stories that have been coming in have really been inspirational. I mean, people buying school supplies for their kids, their tuition for their kids' preschool, just covering groceries and everyday expenses, therapy, as you talked about. It's a really big deal.
And talk about what is coming or could be coming down the line from the infrastructure bill that is going to be done through reconciliation, which is much bigger than the bipartisan infrastructure bill being negotiated in the Senate now.
Well, I think it's a big deal for families. We have things like paid family leave, which, as you know, has been something I've been passionate about. I was the first member of Congress to take paternity leave. We are the only of our peer countries that doesn't have a paid family leave policy. Also, universal pre-K, trying to deal with the costs of childcare and capping those costs, those out-of-pocket costs for folks when it comes to childcare. This has been, as I said, a really tough time for American families, but it's not just been this last year and a half. It's been for years and years before this, where families are working harder for less. They're having a harder time saving for their kids' college, sending them to the schools they want to send them to. It's time that we have our policies catch up to what's going on in our families. And that's what I think the American Families Plan is trying to do.